So I'll have to mute up here too. All right, sound check, testing 1, 2, 3. Can anybody
Huh?
hear us?
Huh? What? Yeah, we're good, Ron.
Sound check. Sound check. Testing 1, 2. Right, folks, our sound is good. We will be starting the show at on my go. 3, 2, 1, and welcome to DroneNation, everyone, for September 27th, 2021. And this show is titled, will you order the Autel drone tomorrow? And we're going to get into that story in just a bit. But I do want to start off the show by congratulating our good friend Marcus Crawford over at Idaho Quadcopter. His YouTube channel has passed 13,000 subscribers as of today. So congrats to Marcus.
Thank you so much, Ron. That's I appreciate. You, as everybody says, but it's the truth. You owe it all to your subscribers, and yeah, I mean, I have a lot of fun doing this, and just like you and I have the same philosophy, Ron. We do these channels having fun, and we do what we like to do, and hopefully the audience likes that as well. So nothing but fun.
There you go. So, we're in just a minute here, folks. Hold on to your football scorecards. In just a few minutes here, we will bring in DeMarco Moore for his fearless Monday night football forecast or whatever. I'm sure he's got a good pick tonight. But in the meantime, let's catch up and see if Marcus has been up there saying, I know he got a visit from a very special person in his life last week, and she even learned how to fly a drone under his tutorage.
Yeah, so I got to tell you a little bit about that, Ron. So Melissa, when she was growing up, she and I played video games a lot, right? And let me just kind of tell you a little bit the kind of girl she is. When I was teaching her how to drive, I had a little Honda Civic Si, and with a 5-speed. And the first time
she didn't learn the vet. She didn't learn the vet, huh?
She didn't learn on the vet, no. She got into that car, and I'm telling her how to use the clutch and so forth, right? First time she let out
clutch, I didn't hear that. She had a little 5. You had a little 5.
Yeah, it was a 5-speed, right?
Okay.
5-speed.
Okay.
She let out the clutch, and the first time she killed it. Just didn't give it enough gas. Second time she tried it again, and she took off, and she shifted perfectly, and everything was fine ever since. She was driving around, so I knew it would be the same with a drone, right? I knew that when I just would have to explain to her what those controllers did and what the controls did, and she would be fine. And she was. And in fact, what cracked me up is the droney she did was straighter and better than most of the ones I do. So
she didn't cross couple on it?
Not a lot of cross coupling. She did a great job.
She didn't cross couple, and she didn't grind until she found it either. On the
yeah. If you can't find them, grind them. The other thing that I thought was interesting is as she was doing that droney, she had her thumb on that thumb wheel, and she was lowering the camera at the same time. She's a natural, So it was. We had, as if you couldn't tell, we had so much fun in that video. It was a blast.
Maybe there'll be a little mini SC under the Christmas tree this year or something.
That's very, very possible. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Well, we got a packed show tonight, and we're going to try to keep it an hour tonight because I got a big game going on downstairs between the Eagles and the Cowboys, and we're going to keep this to a 1-hour show tonight. So on that note, let's just talk football. We're going to bring in DeMarco Moore, our he's exclusive to the show. He doesn't do his forecast any place else, but this is the fearless Monday night pro football forecast, and it's got a big game tonight. You got the 1-1 Eagles versus the 1-1 Cowboys in Dallas, Texas. So it's a big pick tonight here. This could whoever wins this game tonight is going to take first place in the division. Welcome in, DeMarco.
Hey, long time no see, boys. How you doing?
We're doing well. How's everything with you tonight?
Happy Monday.
You got your Florida. Oh, back up. You got your Florida State shirt on.
My 0-4 Seminoles, yes. First time since 1975.
Hey, I got to tell you, DeMarco, this coming Saturday, my blue Corvette is going to be leading the homecoming parade for the Boise State Broncos.
Yay, Marcus. How'd that work out? How'd you get that going?
Just got asked to do it. I think it's through the Corvette Club.
Now, here's
I think the colors, right? Because they're blue and orange.
Oh, yeah.
So there's going to be blue
okay.
and orange Corvettes, and so that's what that's.
Are you taking the top off?
Will, of course, yeah.
Will the schedule be following you along and taking video of this event?
That's a good idea. I ought to do that, huh?
Just get everybody in and put a waiver that you can fly. You may be flying over them. You know, I heard that. You know, you say we can't fly over top of people, but if you have a waiver, you have the people's permission, you can.
There'd be a lot of people we'd have to get.
This is the perfect time to use the Skydio.
It would actually, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, you better hurry up. You got about 20 minutes. You got to tell them, hey, gotta make this fast.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of making things fast, we need your pick. Last time I checked, the game was 7-7 already. So you're starting even. Now you understand, DeMarco, both teams are 1-1.
Yes.
They're bitter Eastern Division rivals. Whoever wins the game tonight will take a commanding lead in division tonight. So, I mean, this is a pressure-packed pick tonight, DeMarco.
I know, and I'm 0-2. So I better make it to 1-2. Ron, I know you're a big Eagles fan. And Dallas is playing great. So are the Eagles too, but they're not playing as well as the Eagles though. But that said, I want to pick the Eagles, but I have to go with the Cowboys. Yay!
Oh boy, he even got the hat.
Down, sir.
Look at that.
So you heard it.
I forget. Yay!
You heard it, folks. Go with the Cowboys today. Take it to the bank or whatever.
Cowboys got dust on them. Sorry.
You need to save up money for new drones. Just get a hold of your bookie and throw the big money down. Forget about Dutch coffee. Go with the Cowboys.
Yeah. Listen, I tell you what. But about $1,500. That's the price of a Mavic 3. So if you win, hey, like you buy two, or like we should get a cut of that probably.
Yeah, DeMar, you should especially get cut for your pay. Now, if the Cowboys lose, don't call us.
No. Especially since I'm 0-2.
Oh, okay, folks. So I know we bored some people don't care about football. We will jump right into the drone-related news now. But we will monitor that score tonight, and I'm sure it's going to be because, before I go off, DeMarco, people say DeMarco's 0-2, but last week, he went out on a limb. He picked lines that the Lions were right in that game at a halftime or whatever. They could have won that game. That bad second half did them in, but they gave Green Bay all they could take for a half. So
Lions are cursed. They're cursed, especially yesterday's game. Did you see yesterday's game?
No, I didn't.
The Lions lost on a 66-yard field goal.
Oh, I saw that bounce hit the thing. That was pretty lucky, DeMarco.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks. Okay, forget the football talk. Let's get on to the big news here, and we're going to say the big news is kind of the Autel drones coming out tomorrow morning, and we're kind of going to get that at the end of the show. We're going to go through all kind of the little stories first here. Now, you people are aware that the GoPro Hero 10 released last week, and it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. But is it really worth the upgrade? If you already have the Hero 9, we know the frame rates are better. We know the frame rates are better on the 10. But is the video quality actually any better? And a late-breaking tidbit, Amazon has now reduced the price of the Hero 10 to $399, and that was the price GoPro was selling it on their website, with that when you had to buy the subscription plan to the thing. So we'll go right to Marcus. Have you had a chance to test it out in the field and review any video clips?
Yeah, what's that kit look like, Rob? So this is $399, and it includes the SD card plus the little tripod and a magnetic clip as well. So kind of a handy little kit, and this is a pretty handy way to carry it around. No, the short answer is no. I haven't tried it out yet, Ron, because I want to go through. Well, I went in and did the updates, but I want to go through and get everything set up how I want it, and then I'll get it out. And honestly, I flew a drone today, and I hate to tell you, but it was just easy for me just to grab the Hero 9 because I knew it was already set up like I wanted it to, and I just took it with me and did that. But I am anxious to get this guy out there. and everything I hear, it should be pretty good, especially for vlogging. Although I don't do a lot of that where you're carrying the camera around, but it will be handy to have that. So
now, have you guys? I know there's a lot of videos out there. Have you guys seen any reviews or on the Hero 10 yet, where anybody shows that? I mean, I know DC Raymaker did a big video, but anybody else, has anybody actually proven that the video quality is, I hate the word significantly, but significantly better or different than the 9?
Well, I think Air Photography, I believe, is in the chat, and he did a great video where he put them both on a rig and tested the stability. And as far as the quality of the two of them, they looked pretty similar to me. Maybe a hair better on the 10. But
the 10 did the better angle where you know what do you call that thing where you pitch it? What am I trying to say? It kept the level horizon even better than the 9. Yeah,
by far, it wasn't even close. And then even walking with it, it was amazing.
It made me just be seeing things. But you know how they call it the bob when you walk along? It looked like the 10 had a little less bob than the 9 did.
No question about it. Yeah, they're really, it's just amazing. And I'm wondering, I suppose that probably has to do with the new processor within the camera.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, but I think if you're buying a 9, you're buying it for that processor more than anything else. I don't think the video is going to look like significantly better. I mean, if you're a frame rate guy, of course you love to double the frame rates. I mean, I'm not that big of the frame rates they had already were good enough for me, but I understand people have a use case for those frame rates, so I buy that. But for me, just the stuff that you talked about that the faster chip does, I mean, the touchscreen being faster, the better stabilization, all that, they're all nice upgrades.
Yeah, and Sean showed that in his video too, that the touchscreen was instant and faster as well. And so that's important to me. And I've talked about it a few times. The problem I've had with the Hero 9 is occasionally it would lock up.
Yes, you have had lockup, yeah.
The problem with that is sometimes it can be right in the middle of a video while you're making a video. And if you're not looking right at the camera and see that it froze, you're going on and on thinking you were getting a recording and you actually were not.
When you get home, you're on happy camper.
Yeah. So that's something.
Marcus, with that, did it happen in the heat when it was hot outside or like anytime?
I no rhyme or reason to it, DeMarco. I think they were demanding a lot of that previous processor, as they made improvements. So hopefully this one will just be, hopefully that's a thing of the past. I guess that's what I'm saying. Yeah. The other concern, and again, I'm referring back to Sean, he did the video where he compared them overheating. Now, a problem for me is that I use that camera more often than not. It's sitting on a tripod while I'm making a video. So I have had overheating with the Hero 9. And if the Hero 10 is worse in that regard, that could be a problem for me and something that I'll have to take into consideration. But time will tell. We'll just see how that goes.
Definitely. And when Sean did bring this out in his own video, he only tested that inside in his basement. So this was an indoor test. And most of us use
not a scientific test. Yeah.
And most of us use our GoPros in an outdoor situation. Which should be better or worse, because you could, on a hot day, it's going to be a lot hotter than your basement, but also it's going to have more airflow. So finish off.
Yeah, I wanted to touch base on what GoPro said about the whole thing. GoPro says that, listen, the average user's video clip is less than a minute. So they're saying that, hey, overheating, why is it an issue if you're only using it for a minute at a time?
Well, guess what? They don't watch the Idaho Quadcopter channel.
No, they don't. And so I am probably using that camera in a way that GoPro evidently is not intending. So that sounds to me like it's something I'll just have to deal with.
On the 9, you said it right, on the 9.
On the 10. So there are a lot of people, they got a lot of stuff already, DeMarco, because the 10 heats up so quickly. And that was their response, is that the average video clip is, only a few minutes in the average use case. So they're saying, hey, that's what we designed it for. Yeah, I can believe that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so I'm probably not using it the way that it's intended, but it's a problem for me.
Yeah. Do you still have your Osmo Action?
I do, and I like that. And in fact, here I can tell you. Well, we're kind of getting off the drone topic
Sorry.
here, but I had the Osmo Action. What was I doing? I was doing a video where I was using them both. I had the Osmo Action and I had the Hero 9, and they both heated up and shut down within seconds of each other.
Dang.
Yeah, so they were pretty close. But anyway.
No, the reason why I said that though, because I noticed how the Action's $199 now. So I was thinking about it. I was like, maybe I should just.
It's a great.
It's funny you should mention that, DeMarco, because we've seen all these leaks and drawings out of the Action 2 now, and it looks like it's a module design similar to what we saw from Insta360. But the only thing is, their module design was because they were an action camera, they were a 360 camera, and they were a 1-inch sensor camera. But I don't think that's what DJI is going to do. I think it's module, so it's smaller. Like you see a thing where you can put it around your neck, similar to the Insta360 Go. And I imagine that module design could also sit on top of an FPV drone and be much lighter than a GoPro.
All of that's true, Ron. But let me tell you something about the little magnetic thing. So I have that on my Go too. Ron knows where I'm going with this. So I thought, hey, I was out at the drag strip one day, and I thought, hey, this will be cool. I'll put that thing on, and it'll be looking right at the dashboard and stuff. That might be a cool video, right? Well, I got home and I looked at the video. When you're built like me, all I saw was nose hair. No bueno.
Okay.
No bueno.
So if you're 6 foot, about 150 pounds, it's good. But otherwise,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, fellas, we got a lot of stories to cover. So let's end this section on the GoPro with, okay, we'll go around the table here and we'll say, upgrade or not upgrade if you're a current 9 owner. So I guess we know Marcus's answer since he already upgraded.
DeMarco?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were going to say something.
Well,
I don't have the 9. I still have my Session 5 though, so I would upgrade mine.
So you're a worthy candidate, yes.
Yeah, I would. But here, and I said this before when we talked. That's a lot of money. $400 for what I would use it for. Like I'm not making long videos. I'm using it just like Marcus said. About a minute at a time, the kids jumping in the pool or something like that though. But I would still get it probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say, because I'm probably going to give it an upgrade. It's not a must-have upgrade if you're a 9 owner. That's my official answer. But, unless you can't live at all with the slow touchscreen or whatever, or, you have. I haven't had the overheating or the shutdown issues that Mark had. I definitely have had the slow screen issue. I'm going to say not a must upgrade, but I'm probably going to do it anyway. So I'm kind of copping out here.
That's exactly right.
It's only money. Only money.
It's only money, and of course you could and it's not really $400 because you could turn around and sell your 9 for $200 or better. So let's say you sell for $200 easy. So it's only $200 really if you have a 9 you could sell it. But let's get on to another exciting story. Okay, this is another upgrade related topic. It's not a drone, but it's a drone. Just like the Hero is a drone accessory, especially for FPV drone flyers, and it's our B-roll camera for reviewers like Mark's side. Okay, Apple has released the iPad Mini 6, the long-awaited Mini 6, the successor to the 5, and the 5 is a tablet that a lot of people in the community use as their screen for when they fly their FPV screen. So the 6 features a much faster processor, the same processor that's in the current iPhone 13. But of course it's clocked down a little bit, but it has faster processor, slightly bigger screen, but the screen isn't any brighter than the 5. It's the same 500 nits the 5 has. So is it really, if you're a drone flyer, is it really upgrading if you don't get a brighter screen? And again, I jumped ahead and said the same processor 13, but the processor is clocked out. But that may be good because Marcus and I were talking about this weekend. We saw a video where a guy mentioned that because the processor clocked down, it doesn't have the same thermal throttling that the that the phone has. And Marcus, we've never used that term before, but that's what happens to Marcus in the field. He goes out and gets in the hot sun, and it dims on him, and that's because it's doing his thermal throttling to save, on batteries and everything. And hopefully, if you use a larger iPad, which again will release more heat, and it doesn't throttle that processor, hopefully that dimming won't occur as fast in the sun and heat. Any thoughts on this, Marcus?
Ron, I am such a sucker. So, just like you were just talking about the GoPro, as soon as I saw that ad for the GoPro, I just like you, I was thinking, well, my 9's okay. I don't need a 10. And then I saw that ad where it came with a little tripod and the SD card and all that. And my thought process was the same of yours. Well, I can sell my 9 and so I've got a GoPro 10. Well, now let's move on to the iPad Mini 6. So I thought, I'm just going to do a little investigation. I don't need one. The Mini 5 is working fine. So I'm looking on the Apple's website, right? And they said, trade in your old device. So I thought, well, let's just go through their little thing and let's see what my Mini 5 is worth. Well, shucks, Apple will give me $225 for my Mini 5. So I went ahead and ordered the Mini 6, and as soon as that comes in, I send the Mini 5 off, and
right, they send the box back for you to send
it back. And the cool thing about that is you're not listing anything on eBay or anything. Yeah, maybe I could get more for it on eBay, but they just, you put it in a box and
you never see it again. You won't hear any complaints or whatever. So I'm going to be very anxious to see you test that out in the field to see whether you get more time before the screen dims than you do on your phone.
Well, here's the issue that you brought it up. It's only 500 nits, but as you have said many times, Ron, often that is enough if it's on a cloudy day or something. But to your point earlier, on a sunny day, let me tell you, this thing can go practically dark. I mean, almost dark.
So it doesn't matter if it's got 800 or 800 to 1200 nits if you can't see it because it went into thermal shutdown. That does you no good.
Yeah, that 500 nits is way better, and you have also the advantage of it's a much bigger screen, so it is easier to see things, especially for old guys like me and Ron. That doesn't count for DeMarco, but it does for me and Ron.
Now, DeMarco, what device do you use to fly your drones with? Do you have a special tablet, or do you just use your phone? Or
I have a special smart controller. That's what I use.
But,
hey, you know what?
Controller.
I've actually been using the smart controller for a while now, but I am seriously looking at that. What is it? The Galaxy Fold, the one that Lon was on talking about.
Lon's phone, yeah.
I've been doing that though, and what I'm thinking, Lon, if you're watching, what I'm trying to do is wait till like Black Friday to see if there's a deal on or something. That's what I'm waiting for. So but I used to use my Note 8 phone. No, it worked out fine. It worked out fine. Like I never had a heating problem where it shut down or anything. So.
Yeah. I mean, you're exactly right. Smart controller is such a good alternative since it flies with almost the whole DJI line now. And the only downside is a smaller screen than the iPad Mini, which now has an 8.3, and the smart controller is like a 5.7, some kind of odd setup like that. So makes perfect sense. I only fly with the other devices because I'm too lazy to get in the field and have to rebind the smart controller with a drone that if I didn't fly that drone last time, I've got a couple extra. And the bonding process, once you get down, it goes quickly. I mean, it's a minor. Probably doesn't take any longer to rebind the phone than to hook all your cables up to your tablet or your smartphone.
Yeah, I mean, not that it took hours to hook up your phone, but I'm just spoiled now with the smart controller.
No, that's I totally get it, DeMarco. That was one of the things I loved about it. The problem I had with the smart controllers that the touchscreen drove me crazy, and then what happened to me is when the Air 2S was coming out and they said it had the OcuSync 3 OS 3, I thought, oh well, the smart controller is going to work with that, so I sold my smart controller.
Oh
No,
yeah,
yeah.
you did.
Yeah, but we didn't know that at the time, DeMarco.
Yeah, I hate to tell Marcus now, but the smart controller works great with the Air 2S.
Yeah.
Now, not then, but it does now.
I probably would have kept it otherwise. Hey, the other thing I wanted to touch on, Ron, is I want everybody to know I took Ron Brown's advice, and I signed up for that deal with Apple. This is an 11, and so I skipped the 12, and I signed up that deal for Apple where I'm going to get the 13, the Pro Max on the 13. But I did that deal where you just trade it in every year, and your payment is going to go up by $5 or whatever it is. So, but you're always going to have that newest iPhone. And Ron, you do that, and it, when you explain it to me, it makes so much sense.
When I went from the 11 and 12, they actually bumped my payments down. Like I went $5 less or something like that. The only thing they get you in is you have to pay the tax. You have to pay a tax on $1,000 phone. So you pay the first month's payment $70 or whatever, and you got your new phone. And for somebody who likes to upgrade like Marcus, it really works out for him. He always has the late. Don't you wish Chevy had a plane like that? You could just you get the new Corvette every year would just be delivered to your house, and you just hand the old one back, and your payments go up a couple of dollars.
Yeah, heck yeah.
You don't care about that. Come on.
Yeah. So. Oh, Lon's giving me a hard time in the chat. Hey, Lon, I get it. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I spent money on that iPad Mini too. But Lon, we talked about this. When you get in that Apple ecosystem, it really it's hard to stray out, and mostly you don't want to either because everything works so well.
And this is an Apple show. I'm going to say a short piece here. Now, if you're only getting this iPad 6 just to fly a drone and you never do anything else with it, maybe it is a waste of money. But they're missing the chat is the iPad Mini 6 is the best small tablet there is on the market, bar none. It's a great tablet, you can use it for everything else. Email, and you can put LumaFusion on it, edit your 4K drone videos. It's a killer tablet, not just a flying device.
Not just for flying. Hey, so Koopy said something here that I need to answer. What happens if you break the phone or something like that while you have it on lease? Well, interesting, John. It includes Apple Care. When you go on that program, they include Apple Care in your payment. So there's some very
like it's Apple Care Refresh. Like you get two total replacements in that year for just a small payment, and basically
a small deductible. Yeah,
you'd have to be the world's Columbus human being and not get by with what they offer on that thing there. So
yeah, now the option that they have is you can even pay a little bit more and it covers everything. In other words, if somebody stole your phone,
you can get the steal one.
They give you another one. It's kind of like an insurance policy, I suppose.
Yeah. So if you get all the bells and whistles, it's hard to lose. Now, one caveat: just today in Gadget, a story where they called it Jello scrolling problems reported with the new iPad Mini 6s, where like one side of the screen kind of scrolls funny towards the other side. They don't scroll and sync, and they're calling it jelly scrolling or whatever. But Apple's looking into it, and hopefully there'll be a firmware update that can fix that. I want to say Jello because we always say Jello in drones, but jelly. It's not Jello.
Well, that's it. I'm canceling my order, and I'll bet Johnny Drone Flyer is too.
No, you said nah.
Okay, sorry, folks. Another non-drone, drone related story, but another
it is very drone related.
Very drone related. And real quickie here. Anybody? This is more of a question than comment. iOS 15 was released last Monday. Has anybody had any issues all flying? With either their DJI Fly app or the older app or the Autel app on their devices, on their Apple devices, iOS 15. Now, while I say this, Brian Singleton reported to me over the weekend that he was having disconnects with his Autel Evo 2 Pro, and I asked him if he had upgraded, and he didn't get back to me. if he's on iOS 15. Marcus, have you had any problems with iOS 15 as far as drone flying?
No, I did. I flew the Xeno Mini Pro with iOS 15 today, and I did have a disconnect, Ron. You and I talked about it earlier. Now, could that be related to the update of the iPhone? No, in fact, I don't think so, and I'll tell you why. Because when it disconnected, the controller disconnected, and I had no control of the drone. So yeah, no, not related.
I flew the Air 2S several times with the update, and I have no issues. I even flew the Scudio too with the update, and I had no flying issues whatsoever. So so far, I think iOS 15 is good for drone apps.
Ron, we're on the half hour, and everybody's waiting for the talk.
Okay.
Hey, let me say this. I am so jealous of you guys. Like Marcus, oh yeah, I flew today. Oh yeah, I flew today. And I'm like, man, I just washed some dishes and showered the kid.
DeMarco, can I tell you a little secret? I flew a paid job this morning.
Oh,
so it wasn't just messing around.
No. Like when you fly for paid jobs, you got to say we flew for a paid job. Yeah. You got to share that around.
Okay. Okay. We're actually getting to a drone story now. This is a short one. Then we're getting rid to the big Autel debate here. Okay. The Mavic 3. We've been talking about the Mavic and Mavic 3 for weeks now, but just since our last show, kind of over the weekend, we've seen renderings, drawings for a couple months now, but over the weekend, it all let out. They have, I think Autel put up just a close-up picture of the Mavic 3 and all its glory.
Casper did that, I thought, yeah.
And then, Casper, they've been so many leaks. Maybe I got the wrong one, but they also Autel leaked something. They also have a picture of it on a landing pad or whatever, and also somebody with a picture of some guy flying in front of a tree or whatever. So we've even seen it in a while now, not just sitting on a desk. So I mean, it's all out there now, and we're still looking at a release date of 11/15 according to all the the drone DJs and the drone XLs and Jasper Ellens, and we're still looking at a $1,600 starting price for the base kit of this drone. Gentlemen, have you seen these pictures? What are your impressions?
I have not seen any pictures. What are you talking about, Ron? No. Hey, I'll jump in now. That was so fun. Saturday morning, I roll out of bed and then I jump. Whoa! I mean, man, what a clear picture it was too. And you know what? From that picture and looking at the CAD drawings that we saw, they were right on. I mean, whoever did those CAD drawings knew something.
Yeah, there were some insiders, wasn't there? Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, just like you guys, I was, of course, devoured all that information as it came out. The issue is, we really don't know all the features that it has. We did see the spec list. It looks pretty good, right? That 7x zoom, that would be a big deal to me. The other thing that I want to know more about is the obstacle avoidance. What is it capable of? In that regard, could it potentially replace my Scudio 2? That would be something. But the thing that's got me stuck, guys, I'll be honest with you. Let me also say that Micro Four Thirds camera is so far above my pay grade. It's not even, I mean, yeah, would the video and pictures look a lot better? But is it going to make any difference to a flyer like me? Probably not. I'm not.
Well, it is if you take it out in low light.
Yeah, well, precisely. But I seldom do that, and Ron, you've pointed that out to me many times. I typically fly in midday, and that's the truth. That's absolutely right. And you're right. If you were flying in low light,
you could have real overcast day, and the video's going to look better.
That there's no doubt, Ron. That's a good point. There's no doubt that it's a better camera and better sensor. But is somebody like me going to notice that much more of a difference over, say, the Air 2S with its 1-inch sensor? Now, I guess the point that I'm making is I'm trying to get to that price. So At $1,600 for the base kit, well, that doesn't sound too bad.
That's only what, a little bit above the Mavic 2 Pro when it first came out, or it's right in the ballpark.
Yeah. But if we're talking like almost $3,000 for that Cine kit that has the smart controller, and you laid it all out, DeMarco. I want that smart controller. I want it, man. But if it puts the thing up to $3,000, man, that's tough.
Let's break it down.
That hurts even talking about it.
Well, let's break this down a little bit more, gentlemen. From what we see, the designs of the smart control, and one of those leaks, the smart control was in that gym bag. But anyhow, the smart controller looks like it's the same design as the current smart controller. The specs, the nits are the same. Looks like the screen size is the same. The only thing we're getting is a faster processor, so it can eliminate that lag that Mark's about. We're going to get the O3, signal in there instead of the O2 or whatever. So why are those two small things going to raise? The smart controller was like, I think, a $700 device when it was new. So okay, you take $1,600 and $700 more, that's $2,300. Why are you just putting a faster chip in? Because the chips are probably, a new chip. I don't know, the chip prices went up. Why is that going to put an extra $500 on to get to $2,900?
Well, because you said it earlier, Ron, because of that ProRes and
Apple ProRes.
Yeah. Now, I just want to mention Lauren in the chat is saying that it's more than 1,600. So.
We're just basing everything off from the Drone DJ and the Drone XL. We really don't know these prices. We're just getting them from publishers of drone news leaks and stuff out there. So these prices are just what they are. They're just figures somebody wrote down.
You're gonna ruin the party, Lauren. Get off.
Yeah, Lauren, take your high prices and
Lauren just threw a bucket of water at it.
Well, Ron and Marcus, from what I saw from those specs, I thought that SIN package was a Flymore too, right?
It is, yeah. So you get everything that's in the Flymore, but you get that ProRes and the Cine package. Who knows what all that includes? Really, we don't really know yet.
Yeah. So theoretically, what you could do is you could just buy the Flymore kit, right, and down the road add a smart control when it's sold as a optional device.
Yeah.
Ron, stop right there. You're the guy, Ron. You are the guy that proved to me that the smart controller, the way to buy it is to buy it in a kit, because that made a big difference for you on the on the 2 Pro.
Because I think it was discounted over $200 buying it as part of the kit. And again, maybe we'll see different configurations, for this Mavic 3 than maybe what is out at release date or whatever. So anyhow, so I guess we better any more thoughts on the Mavic 3 outside of wow, those pictures. I mean, just I can't wait. It looks so good that if I have to take it just with a basic kit with the kind of the control, it looks like it's for the Air 2 series of drones or whatever, I'm fine with it. I could put my iPad mini on there and fly like crazy.
And that could be me too, Ron. And it may be compatible with the smart controller you already have. You don't know. It's possible.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
It's just that we don't have OcuSync 3 in our. So
right. You may not get the same range, right? But who cares?
Yeah. And you could do already in the Air 2S. You could fly an OcuSync 3 device on an OcuSync 2 controller. So we know that's happened before. So that's a great point, Marcus. That may be compatible.
Ron, with that camera, I remember Lauren saying something a couple of months ago. This is like 6 months ago. Lauren, like you said that the new Mavic 3 was going to make the Inspire just won't need anymore. Now the Inspire had a 4x3.
A 4/3 sensor in it also,
too, right?
But it also had interchangeable lenses on it.
Okay.
Where this Mavic 3 will just have a fixed lens. You won't be able to put a prime lens on something like that. So that still makes the Inspire 2 to, I don't know, professional filmmakers or something like that. That would still make it more, give them an advantage. Marcus.
Well, I just wanted to add one more thing before we get off of the Mavic 3, Ron, and that is that if if DJI, as a lot of people are talking about, if they come out with a Mini 3 this fall, geez, I'm almost as excited about that as I am the Mavic 3 because it kind of fits more in my bailiwick, more of the way I fly drones. So
yeah, with me, Marcus and Ron, I mean, I didn't get a Mavic 2 until like it was out for like a year and a half. So I'll probably
you bought it from our buddy Michael, didn't you?
I bought my second one from him. I actually bought
your second one. Oh,
I bought a refurbished Mavic Zoom, and then 8 or 9 months later, I bought the new Mavic Pro from Michael.
The Pro.
I said that sort of loud, so I better whisper that. But I mean, but I'll probably wait and then see, because just like we were saying last week, like I don't have to have the first ones out though, but that Mini probably. I mean, I'm gonna wait for that, or the Autel Nano, which we're going next.
Yeah, we're going and the Mini 3, which Marcus, what do you think the price will be bumped up to on the Mini 3? 500.
There's no way they could make it much above $600. I don't think.
So you think you're gonna say between 500 and 600? Well, I'm just, the only I don't have to be exact. My point is, my excitement, that $500 or $600 that I pay on the Mini 3, which I don't find my Mini 3 drones that much, that'll just go towards the Mavic 3. So I'm probably out for the Mini 3 this year. My Mini 2 is fine. I don't need it. I don't have to have obstacle avoidance on my mini drone that I fly, real close to.
That's a great point. I know obstacle avoidance on those mini drones to me is kind of like, okay, why?
Hey, let me say this. Like when the Mavic 3 comes out, let me be on with you guys though, so I can peer pressure you into buying it. Come on, Marcus.
Right. We can talk real big now when it's not actually out or whatever. You're right.
When it's not my money, I can.
Yeah, I got a little secret for you, DeMarco. It doesn't take much.
All right, we got to get to the Autel story here because we only got 19 minutes left here. Okay, we've made you people stay the whole show, and I don't know why, because we don't have any more information than we did last week. But what we do it away. Okay, tomorrow is September 28th, 2021, and Autel is releasing 2 drones tomorrow. And why do we know for sure now? There's so many leaks out. Autel just decided to send a letter to all their customers last week, and it's all laid out in detail: the models, the pictures, the basic specs. So we don't have to speculate on it. They don't have it on the website yet, but they've released all the info in this email. So as I said, the thing, it's official now. Autel themselves sent the email to the customers last week. Each new drone has 2 variations. So I guess we're getting 4 drones if you want to put it that way. And I'm not sure tomorrow if it's going to be a live event or they're just going to play a promo video, or maybe they're just going to the drones will just appear on the website and that's it. But hopefully what we get tomorrow is pricing on these drones. And hopefully there will be a link to order them tomorrow. Hopefully there's not some kind of long pre-order period. I think my buddy Marcus up there, he's itching to hit a buy button tomorrow morning. He doesn't want to hit that pre-order button because the pre-order button means sit back and wait. Who knows when it's coming? Any thoughts on this, gentlemen?
Well, it's interesting. Let me tell you this, Ron. I have never owned an Autel drone. So
you're the only one in the panel. DeMarco and I both had Autels. You're the one lone holdout. The Marcus Crawford, who's owned every drone that's ever been made or whatever. He's owned 20 Phoebes and 20 Husses, but the man has never owned an Autel drone. Something's not right in this universe.
Hey, so speaking of a trade-in program, you think they'd take a Phoebe Mini or a Hudson Mini on a trade-in, Ron?
No.
I think the going rate's $5 to $10, depending on the condition.
So
definitely take it. You're not getting anything for it though.
Yeah, but listen. So that Nano looks interesting to me, and the light. Now, is the light going to bring more to the table than what my Air 2S does? Who knows? We'll see tomorrow what they look like, and we'll see what the pricing is. But I can almost say for certain I'll very likely buy one of them just because I want an Autel drone. I've never owned one. I want to try them out.
What color?
Naranja.
I like that one. It's got the two-tone.
Orange.
The yellow. They got the yellow around the I guess the camera or the sensors or whatever. They've come up with some odd colors.
Yeah, that looked kind of cool, didn't it? I mean, a little bit different. Yeah.
Here, Maddie say the announcement is 10 a.m. in China. We should get the announcement around 10 p.m. tomorrow night. Okay, so we don't have to
No,
get.
he's saying tonight. I don't know.
Man, that's past my bedtime. I got. Dang.
That's right after the football game, Ron.
And our buddy Sean Oz, he's guessing 500 to 600 for the Nano, but he doesn't say which Nano. The Go. Well, okay, now that's the thing. DJI doesn't normally do this where they give you two versions of the drone, but so we're kind of this is something we're not used to as drone cuts where you're going to get like we'll go with the Nano because that's popular. There's like a slim down model, and then there's one with kind of advanced features or whatever. How big of a price gap do you see between those two different models?
150, 200 maybe?
Yeah, they can't be too great. I wouldn't think that they could make it too great. So is it going to be like an SE model, and is the higher grade one going to have obstacle avoidance and all that? So it sounds like, but I'm with DeMarco. I just can't believe that they could make it. It can't be like $300 or something. That would just be too much of a stretch.
Yeah, I mean, it can't. Sorry, no, I was gonna say like it won't be $50 because if you're spending 500, why not just go ahead though? 150 to 200, and depends what it is too. I mean, I haven't read the specs.
We know you're getting a better camera and obstacle avoidance, so that stuff doesn't come for $50, right? No. 150 if I'm guessing 200 tops.
So let me say this, that we're talking about this, and there's a lot of speculation in the chat, and I think they're probably right. It's probably going to be more expensive. You know what I'm okay with? I'm okay with paying for a quality product that I could get it and it works right out of the box, and that you're not going to have the gimbal going wild and all kinds of problems with video, much less disconnections and all those kind of things. So I think that's the kind of the cool thing about Autel. Yeah, maybe we will pay a little more, but you know what? The thing will probably work.
Yeah, and I've said this before too. From my Evo, the original Evo, to the Mavic 2, I had the Mavic 2 Zoom. What the differences are: the camera on the Evo was great, but the flying wasn't as precise as the Mavic 2. It wasn't awful, but like when I would flying back to back, you would notice. And especially like when I would yaw, when I would yaw with the Mavic 2, it would spin right on a dime, whereas the Evo would sort of wobble just a little bit. Now, I mean, how much is that worth? Like when I'm doing video, I'm not spinning around, Yeah. So, but
that's it. You've convinced me, DeMarco. I'm not buying one.
Oh, dang. Sorry, Marcus. And no, it is. I would say this. I mean, just from my experience with it, you won't be unhappy. Now, I didn't buy the X-Star. Bill had the X-Star and all that. I mean, I didn't have all that though. And then in the time that I've owned it, since I've owned it though, they've stepped up their game more too. So I think you'll be happy with it.
I kind of, again, I my opinion will probably change when I see the prices and everything for real tomorrow. But as of right now, I'm probably not going to buy either one because, first of all, the mini drones, they would have hooked me. They'd have got my money if this drone would have came out in the summer. It's fall. It's going to be winter soon. I don't really need a mini drone in the dead of winter or whatever. They're not as good in the high winds and the elements. If they would have put this drone out, it said in say before August 1st, I'd probably been a Nano owner. But I may be a Nano owner next summer, but I'm not buying a Nano owner tomorrow or anytime soon. I don't need a whole bunch of mini drones in the middle of the winter or whatever. I need a good, stable bird like a Mavic 3, and the $500, $600, $700 I'd be spending towards this Nano will go right into that Mavic 3. So Autel, I love you, but your timing's wrong on your Nano drone.
Well,
me,
plus
for me.
Ron, you've already got that the Evo 2, which is a tremendous product already. So, and you make a good point. That the Mavic 3 for you, it's going to be more stable. You'll be able to do some winter flights with it and not
a lot less light in the winter. So the
right,
bigger sensor,
right,
the better for a darker. I mean, we get to December and you only have a few hours light around here. So
yeah.
are you guys, DeMarco? You think he'll be making a purchase tomorrow? Or are you going to just sit back and?
I'm not planning. I am. In fact, he's in the chat. Lon and I are talking about that DJI FPV. Lon, I'm watching you.
Oh, you mean the new one? The new one is coming.
Yeah.
No, he's going to buy lawns, Ron.
I think so.
You haven't heard. Lon's got a whole
deal.
kit for sale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna hold off for now.
And Mikey has one for sale too, I believe.
Oh, really?
Is Mikey going to sell? He's going to sell one of his, Ron.
Yeah, he's trying to raise money for the Mavic 3.
Yeah, I noticed he flew his 2 today. Just saw his video today. He took some beautiful video with the 2 Pro. So.
Oh, we got an update in the Cowboys game. Michael Wright says Cowboys 20, Eagles 7 at halftime.
Sorry, Ron.
DeMarco, you're getting back on the wagon here.
Wait, let me get my hat ready.
Yeah, that cowboy.
Here we go.
Yeah.
The hat did it.
See, like you guys don't know. This comes from game day with Lee Corso. I don't know if you guys watched that at all.
Oh, I know Lee Corso.
Yeah. He always puts hat on and everything. So
wow, we'll bring a little college football to the show.
I'm running out of hats, so I might not be on the show next week, fellas.
So I've got a good friend of mine that is such a Cowboys fan. His first son is named Emmett. His second son is named Dallas.
Wow, that is a big fan.
Yeah.
Can do.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll say this: my wife's family are big Michigan fans, and she has a niece named Maisie in Blue.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and then when I bring that up to them, they all say, "Oh no, it wasn't planned." Yeah, right. It was planned.
Hey, so are you guys watching the chat? You see all the drones for sale in there. Everybody's selling all their drones. Oh, that's great.
Hey, the chat actually reminds me of like when we bought our Air 2s. Like we were all talking. Oh, it's coming live. It's coming live. And once it went live, we all went quiet. Nobody was saying.
Yeah, because we were hitting that button.
We were just all focused.
Yeah. Boy, Michael Wright's got everybody beat. He's selling an Air 2, a Phoebe 2020, Mavic 2 Pro. He's really cleaning house.
You know what's striking me about this though is all the drones that are getting sold here. Yeah, I would say with the exception of probably that Phoebe 2020, but everything else. Man, oh man, are those amazing products! And whoever buys those is going to have. They're going to have a great experience. We're talking about the Mavic 3 and all that. There's already got some really great drones.
Yeah.
Matty may have Mike Top. He's selling a Mini 2, a Phoebe 2020, a Tello, and some toy grades.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Matty's selling a bunch of stuff, isn't he? Well, I mean, everybody isn't, and it makes sense, right? I mean, you end up like me with all this big pile of stuff behind you if you don't.
Hey, Sean Oz has a question for Marcus on updates on DJI affiliate program.
Yeah, so I was just typing it out, but listen, Sean, I'm with you. I was sincerely hoping that we would see something by now, and it hurts channels like Sean's, and I have to say, for me, that really helped me buy whatever that next drone was. I never got enough money in there that I could just go buy the next Mavic or whatever it was, but it paid for part of it, and it kind of took the sting out of it a little bit. But guys like Sean, it helps a lot. And think about some of those bigger channels like
Air Photography.
Yeah, Air Photography and
Ken Heron.
Ken Heron and Kelly Shores, etc. That's a big deal to them, and it's a big part of their YouTube income. So when DJI took that away, It was really something. So are we going to get something back from them or not?
Just in time for that Mavic 3 launch, maybe?
Well, so what Sean is referring to is when they cut that off, they kind of told us, they kind of intimated that it would be updated and they were going to come out with a new program. They were just revamping it, but none of us have heard anything so far.
Hey, Lon's got a nice package here. He's got a Air 2S, 6 batteries, smart controller, hard case, and every accessory known to man. Yeah, Lon puts together some nice kits, so that would be a good buy for somebody. And how about Captain Ray Kelly's comment here? He has a feeling the Autel drones are going to be pretty awesome.
I totally agree. I think they're going to knock our socks off. And I've been flying some other drones that are probably going to get blown out of the water by what Autel and I suspect DJI offer this fall.
Hey, listen, we got an offer in the chat here. Lon will give you $10 for that FEMI.
Yeah. That's pretty good, Lon.
You may be getting rooked on that, Lon.
Yeah.
JS Enterprise has an Air and a Mavic Air 2 for sale. You're right. I mean, we could look at, if you're in the market for a good used drone, you can make a killing right now.
Well, that's it. And really, you hope people do. You hope people that couldn't afford that Air 2S when it first came out, or that 2 Pro. And the 2 Pro is still a phenomenal product.
Yeah.
It takes amazing, and it flies awesome. And it's got 360 obstacle avoidance, all the things we talk about today. It's already got it. And Matt, just send me that $5. I appreciate it.
Hey, don't build the drone reviews chat. Don't forget the Bill's show tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully, well, if it's 10 p.m. tomorrow night, he may not have the Autel news yet, but hopefully, he'll have some Autel news. He's a very special guest tomorrow. Johnny Drill Fire's coming on. And when Marcus is going to be there tomorrow night. It's a big show.
Yeah. We're going to have some fun. I don't know how well I'll be talking. I'm going to be in the dentist chair part of the day tomorrow. So
you kind of rumble a little bit.
Yeah.
Just come on, hit the buy button, and that's required.
Yeah.
So, any parting shots on the Autel launch tomorrow? What are you guys looking forward to the most? What are you expecting? What drone are you really zeroed in on? Marcus, I bet you're really zeroed in on the Nano Advanced model. Am I correct?
Yeah. So you're exactly right, Ron. The ones that'll probably kind of float my boat are the mini ones, and that Nano Advanced sounds cool. Now, as long as it's not way overpriced, I would likely pull the trigger on that. You never know. If the light has some compelling feature that I see is really cool, maybe I would get that instead. But I have pretty much made up my mind. I like I said, I've never owned an Autel drone, and it's about time. So, yeah.
Michael Wright's going to win his Autel at the spin up.
He is, isn't he?
And I'm going to sit right next to Michael, and if he wins the light, then I'll win the Nano.
Hey, yeah. I'm gonna sit in his lap, Ron. So I'm gonna win that.
Michael, we got a seat right for you at the head of the DroneNation table. You're gonna have we're gonna be like a real cushy, padded chair, whatever. They'll have your name on it.
Even Barry Markowitz is selling some stuff. So
Barry's got
everybody is. Yeah, Lauren Donauer say this is the drone sales show.
Do the closed South Pacific borders by Mavic 2 Pro with 4 batteries and Nook hard cases open for serious offers. I've flown it twice. Does that mean we have to fly to the South Pacific to pick it up?
Fly to Hawaii to pick it up? That's not a bad deal, actually. Yeah.
He'll meet you at the airport with it.
Hey, so Ron, my closing thoughts are this. It's exciting times. There's a lot of new stuff coming out. Get your credit cards ready because I've already melted mine, but I'll probably keep at it a little bit here. But it's a good time. The fall is one of my favorite times to fly drones. The leaves are starting to turn. At least they are here. We're getting some pretty cool colors and stuff. So and the weather is just right. It's not too hot, not too cold. So get out there and fly your drones. Fly what you got and have fun.
Yeah. Here, I'll say this: with my shot is my closing shot. What I'm looking for is this is way out, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I wonder if Autel Smart Controller will work with the light and the nanos.
Good question, DeMarco.
I like to see that. Yeah.
And that'll be an excellent selling point for them also, especially because we know we talked about smart control for a minute. DJI smart control looks like they just repackaged the old one with a better processor and O3. But the Autel smart control, by comparison, features like a 7.9 screen. It's much higher than Nick count or whatever. Autel makes a superior smart control than DJI at this point. So that could be a big selling point, as DeMarco pointed out, for these drones. The one I'm going to be interested tomorrow is the light model, the advanced light model, because I want to see if they can outdo the Air 2S in specs and still keep the price reasonable. That's going to be what I'm looking for tomorrow when this stuff becomes official.
So, Ron, I just want to point out here real quick. Did you notice that our friend Ross is saying in the chat, Australia Panoramas, that it really would be 10 p.m. tonight? So in just a few minutes,
we'll go over to their website. And and for a show next week, and I hate to commit them on the air, but it's going to be an Autel show next week. And I've already reached out to Hot Rod Daytona. Hot Rod, who one of our resident Autel experts, has agreed to come on next week. And I'd like to invite Ross on, another person I consider one of our Autel guys, to come on the show next week if he can. I know it's early in the morning for him, so he may have other engagements, but if he can make it next week, I'd love to have Ross back on the show to get his thoughts and opinions on these new Autel models. And plus, I think he's the owner of the Evo 2 Pro, the 2 version.
He's a big Autel fan.
Smart controller, so he's invested in the Autel.
One more thought, Ron. Barry just invited us to Hawaii, so
okay, and we can come home with a Mavic 2 Pro kit, and we gotta get Barry on this show soon. So we'll open an invite to get Barry on here when he when the show coordinates with his time in Hawaii. So that's about it, guys. I want to thank. I'm sorry I didn't get to everybody's name in the chat tonight, or even get close, because we just had a packed show tonight, and I wanted to get this off because I want to see watch the Hometown Eagles come back tonight, DeMarco.
Yeah, they got some coming back to do, Ron. It sounds like.
So I just want to thank everybody in the chat for being here, and I want to thank DeMarco for coming on, making another fearless Monday night forecast pick or whatever. Nobody picks him like DeMarco.
No,
sure.
No one. So, 1 and 2, hopefully.
Yeah. So everybody, I've got to engage tomorrow, so I won't be part of Bill's show, his Autel show tomorrow. But I hope to watch the replay. You guys on there giving me all the good details or whatever. So with that, I want to say good night and fly safe.
All right.
Good night, everybody.